Cavs for a second,
this story is mind-blowing to me, Mike. Set it up here because I'm done with James Harden.
It really isn't that mind-blowing, actually.
Yeah.
The Cavs have been in pursuit of Jonathan Kuminga and Peyton Watson. That's a main reason why James Harden has not signed his extension yet. And a report from Jake Fischer yesterday, who works with Mark Stein, a very well-reputable reporter nationally across the NBA, had a report that said the Cavs may end up backing out of sign and trade talks for Jonathan Kuminga and Peyton Watson as James Harden and his camp grow impatient awaiting a new contract. It's worth mentioning that Draymond Green, who also opted out of his contract, was waiting with Golden State until LeBron made a decision so then they could rework his deal to make his money fit. As soon as LeBron signed with Philly, 2 days later, Draymond Green signed. James Harden still has not signed his extension.
So what? He knows he's going to sign. What's the difference?
Money.
What's the difference if he signs today or next month?
Money.
What are you talking about?
He wants money. And Jason, please...
What do you mean he wants money? He's getting money either way.
No, but the money he gets is dependent on if they get Kuminga and how much Kuminga gets.
Well, how about being a team guy? You're loaded. You're fine. I mean, you know.
He has been patient.
Okay, but
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yeah.
He's trying to be a team player.
Yeah.
But what's funny is can you pull that tweet up again?
Yeah.
Because there's 3 very important words in that tweet
Okay.
that probably get overlooked.
Yeah.
James Harden, next 3 words, and his camp.
Yeah.
That's his agent.
Yeah.
What's his agent's job? Get him paid.
Right.
Get him
Who
paid.
cares if he's impatient?
So I'm sure this is probably the agent calling the Cavs going, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
What are you guys doing? Like, let's go. We gave you 2 months.
I just don't understand.
I'm not disagreeing with you. But there's a lot of politics at play here. The agent's trying to do right by the player.
Right.
The agent's trying to get paid.
Right.
And but I don't think that you can rush to judgment on a 37-year-old when you're trying to acquire a 23-year-old. So, and I'm sure there's just not a long established relationship between Harden and the Cavs.
Yeah.
He's got here. It's not like this is a guy who's been here for 5-6 years, has a deep relationship with, you know what I mean?
Nobody wants him for 5
So there's a level.
Well, like the trust is not quite there. He hasn't been here for a decade.
I'm not saying the Cavs are back. Cavs are not going to back out of this. But until your name is on the contract, if you're the player, you're like, I don't know, you guys.
You start to have some doubts.
Absolutely.
Like, wait a second, what's going on here?
Yes. So I'm sure this is going to work out. It's going to be fine. It's going to get done.
Yeah.
Everybody's just doing their jobs right
Okay, fine. I got no sympathy for James Harden, though. I don't care.
Well, no one asked you to have sympathy.
I don't think
for him.
anyone's asking.
I think he's just trying to. This is business, and he's trying to get his business done.
And I'll even go a step further.
Yeah.
Credit to James Harden for doing this without the established relationship there between both sides. And you know what I'm saying?
That's fair. My real complaint is if the Cavs adjust what they're planning to do because of this. Like, the Cavs got to do what's best for the team, not what's best for James Harden.
I completely agree.
So ultimately, they shouldn't back out of a trade because James Harden's getting antsy. That's it. You're right. James has been a good guy so far, and yes, you're both right. It's a fair point that he has. You know, it's like, well, you think they might try to screw me here?
Right.
It's possible,
right?
Even though they probably won't. Because I'm thinking like, they should try to screw him. Who cares? You know? But ultimately they won't, and so it won't be a big deal. But you're right. If you're him, you might be thinking that they would. Ultimately, though, Cavs should not. What's taking so long? What do we think is holding all this up?
From what I've been told.
Yeah. Oh boy.
And I think this is not like breaking news. The Cavs much prefer Watson. It's a lot more difficult of a multifaceted deal to get Watson. Kuminga's their plan B. Kuminga's getting restless. He's getting tired of waiting. He has other options outside of Cleveland. And until Watson domino falls, then the Kuminga domino hasn't fallen yet, which then leads to the...
So what's holding up the Watson? Like, are they not willing to... If they're not willing to trade him, don't they have to move on at some point?
He's an unrestricted free agent. So he's not...
Oh, he's an unrestricted free agent.
He's an unrestricted free agent, which is why there's a whole layer of complication.
So what's the complication? Like, have the Cavs not offered him enough money?
No, Denver's going to have to offer him a contract.
Right.
To make it work in the sign and trade. So when the second apron, the cap, this new CBA is so confused. There's so many triggers that if Denver signs him first, it's more beneficial to Cleveland in a sign and trade as opposed to Cleveland going out and signing him because they don't have the money to sign him. So Denver has to sign him first.
Gotcha. So the holdup is what Denver's looking for in return?
Yeah, because there's other teams interested in Watson, and them signing him first isn't necessarily beneficial to the other teams as well.
Aha. Okay, I see.
Does that make it? It's a real complicated.
Yeah, I just did. So you're ultimately saying but eventually somebody's got to make a decision.
Yes.
Right? It is taking a long time.
Yes.
Usually these things have been settled by now.
Oh, yeah.
No?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the fact that training camp starts, what, 4 weeks?
I mean, again, the Donovan trade was made, I think, in September.
Okay.
When he came here. So it's not
no.
out of the question.
Right.
But it's highly unusual to be middle of August and still be in the spot.
Right. Okay.